What's up, my folks? Hope y'all are doing good. All right, I'm going to go through some questions that you guys were giving me on my emails. Now, a lot of these guys are questions that I've already done videos on. I couldn't tell you which video they are. Y'all know how I do. I just go, I don't script these. I just kind of just go with it. But just do yourself a favor. Just go back to first one, and watch them. Ain't gonna hurt me none. Give me that little thumbs up or whatever they call it. But anyway, for you guys, I was asking where I get my vet stuff at. Right there. Just that's where I get it. I've been dealing with them a long time, and I'm sure next to my account there's a little note that this guy's a son of a bitch. Package his order correctly. I guarantee you there's something like that there. But that's it. That's where I get them. And Valley also. Valley Vet. If I can't find what I want. But you still got to learn how to. You need to really study on certain things. Like what you're using, what it does, and everything else. Because you're going to have to learn how to compromise. Especially in today's times. Like on antibiotics and stuff like that. You're going to have to learn to use different applications. You know what I mean? To get the same results. I don't want to say what to do on here. But just. Like there's a lot of antibiotics are the same. Let me put it that way. It doesn't matter if it swims or it crawls or whatever. A lot of it is the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. So just think about that. And you know, just like with the wormer, I showed y'all in a video how to mix it up. I'm fixing to worm the yard this afternoon. You know, like that. That's a good safeguard for it. And if you do it correctly, you can. Like me, I can do my whole yard with 2 tubes. That's $22.50 or $25, something like that, around $25 versus how much is the other way, you know. And I still get the same results, and I've been doing it a long time like that, and it works. All right. Well, yeah. Here it is. I know it's getting to be small game season, and you guys are getting in the woods. And I had a couple. I had a email. I'm going to go ahead and answer that for you. He shot a pig with a 22 Magnum and it just run off, he said. Hey, it's about shot placement, okay? You don't shoot him between the eyes. It said he shot him between the eyes. Okay, if you look where his eyes are, all right? His eyes is right there. If you shoot him between his eyes, you're hitting him right here, okay? You see how his bone goes? And if you look down in there, it ain't nothing but cartilage right there. You're not in the brain pan. Okay, where his ears come out up here. All right, if he's sitting there looking at you. This one was actually facing me just like that, about 20 feet away. And that was actually a hollow point 22 Magnum bullet. But his ears are right here, and his eyes right there. Draw imaginary X in there and shoot him right there in the X. And you'll bust right through his brain pan every time, okay? And if he's sideways, you see if you hit him right here behind the eye, look how big that bone is. You're not going to... Or in the eye, he got too much of a bone pan, and it'll hit that and deflect the bullet down. You might still kill him, but take him and do an right through bust him right through behind the ear, right behind the eye, in between the ear and the, make another imaginary X in between the eye and the ear. You know what I mean? Shoot him right there, and you'll get him, or right behind it where that vertebrae is. Now that's how the dogs will kill him. On the ones that his necks hadn't got real big yet, if they get him right here behind the head, behind the ears, and bite real hard, they can smash that vertebrae and break their neck. That's how they'll actually kill them. They can't, I mean, you can smash the muzzle, but if you look, the muzzles are real tough on these sumbitches. I mean, they're really, really harsh, tough, like frontal shots with small caliber rifles do deflect. But if he's facing down at you like that, don't shoot him between the eyes. Shoot him right above there, and it'll bust right through his brain pan. I promise you, I've done it many, many times. I mean, and that's a hollow point Magnum. I'm sure that thing's chipped away with puppies playing at it, but it was a pretty good sized hole when it come out of the boneyard here. I'm gonna play with that. But okay. I appreciate all the emails and the support, guys. I want y'all to know that. I really do. I appreciate every bit of it, and I feel the love, and I thank y'all. Now, we're dealing with a lot of guys are asking me about puppies and all that. I'm trying to do something with a transporter, but I don't think it's going to work. I just really don't. I mean, I'm going to try. But it's I don't normally do that. I know I've had a few guys from Canada talking about, 3 of you guys actually, about shipping them there when we start being able to do that again. Look, I charge a very fair price. I think I charge one of the best prices for the quality of dogs there is. And I do that because I don't want to deal with none of that shit. Just being honest with you guys. I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but I got it like I like it. I mean, I like how when we got a deal going, people come get their puppies, or they send somebody that they trust and know, and they pick the pup, they're happy with it, it gets there safe. Now, like I said before, these transporters, the guy that I'm dealing with, he doesn't mess with game dogs, really. He's more of a foo-foo type dog transport service. They're very expensive, even for puppies. Very, very expensive. A lot of people you guys don't realize, it costs just as much to transport the dog as what I'm charging for the puppy. You understand what I mean? So, and, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys ever been to some of them foo-foo dog breeders, but a lot of them wouldn't fit my standards. And I don't really like the idea of the puppies being put in there next. I know I vaccinate them like these guys. I just gave them shots yesterday. But, it still don't mean shit. They can still catch something. There's nothing worse. And I don't want to go through this bullshit and argue with people. My puppy got parvo 2 days after I got it home, started getting sick, and that kind of stuff. Because I breed, I'm here for one thing, and I'm here to get dirty. I'm here to make good quality dogs. Not necessarily, a lot of these guys, I like these especially. I want these dogs to go to good hunters, man. I think these are going to be good little dogs. They love it in this box. And for the comment about that's a pit, it's not a pit, dumbass. Saying that, don't say that shit. It's a puppy playpen. It ain't even near wide enough. It's just a puppy playpen. That's all it is. You won't catch no fucking pit at my place. I won't catch me near no pit. They'll lock your ass up for that shit. It ain't legal no more, guys. Anyhow, but I want them still to go to good working places. It's hard for me because I want my dogs to go out and be known as performance dogs. And I'm not trying to sound like an asshole. I don't mind selling a few of you guys pets and all, because I want to keep the dogs happy too, though. You got to understand, I want y'all to, if you're going to do it, like these guys that, they'll walk these motherfuckers and play with them and work with them and shit all the time. That's what it really takes. They're not to really, and I know you guys understand that, but I'm just clarifying it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to breed good quality stock, and if it all just goes and sits on somebody's couch, it doesn't do me a whole lot of good. I don't never know because I might want to come back to some of these offspring. Y'all get what I'm saying? I'm trying to breed quality working stock. It ain't like I'm pumping out so many puppies that I don't give a fuck. There's so many out there, the numbers are going to stick anyway. It's not like that with them. And these right here, I think are going to be good quality dogs. But there again, I wanted to send a couple of these dogs up north. Send some of the blood up there. I'm trying not to be like that, but I also, man, if I got to deal with a bunch of bullshit, I just assume stay right here in the South, because I could they go like tomorrow, and I don't have to deal with nothing else, and come and get them, you know what I mean? And I know the guys will take care of them, and I know they know what they got, and they'll like them, That's just my point. I want you guys to all understand that when I get, and I'm telling you another thing. When I say my price, that's my price. I'm not here to barter. This ain't the fucking flea market. I take real good care, put a lot in these dogs, give them the best of everything. When you get a pup from me, it's going to look just like that. Fat little tick, healthy, happy little puppy. And it's going to have its worming, it's going to have its shots, it's going to be, you're going to like it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen, now once you get with that pup and what you do with it after you get it from me, if you just want to set it pin, half starve it, and it fucking come out shy and all that shit, that's your fault. You know what I mean? But when they come from me, they like they supposed to be. And then it's up to you. And what you guys got to understand too is these dogs on this level, I don't give a fuck what anybody says, any YouTube guys or any breeders or any of these guys out here. You get these dogs at this level, it is all about the dog man anymore. Okay? It's all about the dog man behind them. It's when I mean top flight dogs, I mean top flight dogs. That's what I'm trying to breed, and it's up to you. If you don't want to fucking, you know, do it right, they ain't gonna be that good. I don't care what they're bred like. I mean, if you make them shy or they get, you know, they're not gonna work. I don't give a flying shit. Some of them are just retarded and will still grab, but they ain't that good. I ain't never seen none, you know, that wasn't athletic. It was clumsy, or it'll be something. It won't be really good. I mean, it's just what you put in on. But the what I mean is the level of the quality of the animals should be there. I mean, they should. I mean, and they're not all going to be good. I mean, but high percentage-wise, they should be there, no matter what. You know, and puppies go through stages. You know, a lot of people when you get them yearlings, it's like this, start getting long looking on there. They start looking down, and man, trust me, everything I breed is for a reason. Like, it's for a reason the way I put them together like that. Now, you might get one that's tall, you might get one that's short, but it doesn't matter. The blood, I personally like to read a stock put in everything, because I went through a phase where my dogs didn't have no wind in my life. I mean, they really didn't have a good natural wind. That little badass little cur I was telling y'all about on the other video, he didn't have no natural wind. You had to put it, and I got tired of that shit. I don't want to have to deal with all that. I want a dog that has real good natural wind. You know, that's important to me. And that's why I breed like that. That art blood and all that stuff is, it's got good natural wind, and it throws it, and it keeps producing it. I mean, you can look at I've seen some, you know, I've heard this shit. You guys tell me what people say, but all I'm saying is this, look. If y'all want to look on Peds online and all that stuff and study pedigrees, like with Rusty, just for reason. If you look at the Walker dog, he produced well with top flight dogs. With top quality dogs with like 4 or 5 bitches. That's it now. The rest of them didn't produce as good. So it's not the paper, you know what I mean? It's not, but he clicked with like 4 or 5 bitches. That's what I'm telling you. It's individual dogs. Certain dogs click good together. And then them dogs, they in turn produce good dogs. And then even now, their offspring are producing. You can look at if you look at the Walker dog, his offspring, you have to go through because they're all hid up in there and the way they announce, you know. But if you look at just like Rusty's siblings, go look at some of how they're producing, you know, and they're continuing to produce good quality dogs. You know, that's how you know when you got something that's working. You don't listen to fucking nobody that's gonna be hating, talking all that shit. Cause you got people that are just straight kennel blind. They don't know, that's what they know, that's what they are. And dogs are individual areas, you know, regional. I mean, there's strains of dogs around here that are superior, you know what I mean, of certain bloods than others, you know, from the people, the way they breed them. It's the man behind them. But when you get them top quality dogs that are clicking good, hey, that are clicking good, y'all got tons of toys in there. Don't even start that shit, Toro. But that's when, you know, and that are clicking and continue to keep doing it and all. That's when you know you got something that's working. That's how you know you got blood that's working. For that question, how you know when it's working, when it's continually producing good dogs. You know what I mean? That's the easiest way to explain it. And as far as like curves, breeding to a cur, what I breed, I wouldn't breed one on purpose, you know. But I mean, there's been curs that's produced good dogs for sure. I mean, just like the bandit dog. The bandit dog's in all of my shit. And I'd go back tomorrow if I had a bitch and bandit was available and breed the fuck to bandit. Man, it's ridiculous. I mean, he would, you know, you can, it's just he can produce. He produces ass off. He produces ass off with a bunch of different type blood too. So yeah, I mean, they can, and I'm coming from the theory, you know, you can take any old dog and he'll eventually quit, or, you know, every dog has his day theory, you know what I mean? You know, they are flesh and bone. I wasn't there and all that, but yeah, a lot of curs have produced good dogs, but to breed one on purpose, unless you know that motherfucker's producing real good. See, he's locked right there on the black dog. He ain't even saying nothing. They don't even know. He's still playing. Shit, let go of him. You know, it is what it is. If you got a cur in your pedigree, I pretty much can guarantee you everybody in the world's got a cur somewhere in their pedigree. or they just don't haven't hunted in the right place. And that's another thing, you know. People are. I had a bitch. Everyone wants to talk about. Now this was a long time ago. It ain't no condoning or promoting or anything. But I had a little bitch one time that was that I had bought half of her. I bought half of her. What the deal was, we were gonna get her. She was expensive. She was supposed to be a top flight dog. Now, when I mean top flight dog, this is back when we were matching dogs. Everyone was matching dogs. The top flight dog is a high quality dog. You know what I'm saying? Like one that if he gets you or she gets you one or two times, it's pretty much over. You know what I mean? That's the type of dog I'm thinking. And so we get one sent down. It was from Molly B. China Buck blood. It come from James Edwards, and it was a lot of money. I ended up having, I want to say $1,700 or $1,800 in it. And the deal was, she was supposed to be the hot shit. Now she's supposed to be the deal. And the boys, we went in. They were going to breed her. They had a Paladin male out there. They were going to breed her to that Paladin male. I mean, think about that. Now sounds good as fuck, don't it? China Buck Paladin over Molly B. I mean, but and then after they had the puppies whelped off of her, I gave her, you know, a month or two, and I got her back. I got her then. She was mine. So I got her in shape, and before her next heat, I wanted to check her, you know, see how good a pit dog she really was. And I took her out, and it was at a 2-dog show, and the guy I was going to hunt with never showed up, and the other boy for the other side never showed up. No. It was just us two there, and my little bitch she was a beautiful bitch now. I mean, beautiful, looked great. She was 8 pounds bigger than the other little bitch. Now, this other little bitch was a Florida bitch. She was just a Tommy Walker bitch, you know, right there from the house, around the house. And, you know, that's the kind of quality of the dogs that we have to deal with around there, right? So, long story short, that bitch didn't make it 30 minutes with that 8-pound smaller dog. You know, of course, it's always my fault. Blah, blah, blah. It's my fault the bitch quit against the 8-pound smaller bitch. You know, that's how I'm. But they keep the pups off theirs. You know, they raise them up, and which I would have too. I mean, shit happens. But she was a cur. She was a straight cur. I mean, there was no reason for her to quit. Yeah, I mean, she was on a good dog, a real good little dog. But they all real good little dogs. Is my point. They were all real fucking good little dogs in my area. In that area, it was tough. And, well, definitely didn't make the grade. And the pups that come out was real, what you'd expect. They was rough, fast, powerfully built, good-looking dogs. And my buddies ended up, I think the last two, it was a big litter, like 7 or 8 of them. They kept them all. They ain't try to peddle them or nothing, you know. But they kept them all, and they were all a real high quality. Like I said, man, them dogs in shock would lie to you. You think they would be real, real, real bad. But around 30 to 50 minutes, you're going to find out. And, of course, every one of them, within some of them not even that long, they all quit on them, you know. That's not to say that, you know, with a different male, she would have not produced good. And that's not to say in a different area that would have ever happened. She might have been going on and being a fucking ROM bitch today or a champion somewhere, you know. But in my region, in my area, in my deal, that bitch just didn't cut the mustard. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you got to look at it. Can them dogs compete in your area? And like with the woods, just like when I breed these hog dogs, there's spots, man, where it's tough. I mean, all hog hunting's tough, but there's spots where there's other areas where the dogs they're going to be in big woods and they're going to go a long time. I don't give a shit how good a dog you think it is. He's going to get on something that's going to strike out across that swamp and carry him there. And he's going to get on something that's bad as fuck, too. They're always bad ones. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it, just like I did back in the pit game. They're always super bad, you know. And just because a dog, and another thing is, if a dog is pretty good but not really great, but the blood's there, you don't got to keep hunting that son of a bitch. You know what I mean? If you see it's a game old dog, but you don't got to keep running him through the woods. I mean, get some offspring off of him or her and breed him something that you think it'll pick it up as long as it's the blood you want and all that. That's what I would do. I wouldn't just keep trying it because, like I said, especially if they don't have a ton of mouth. I like a hard mouth dog, especially with these hog dogs, because it seems like they can get in there and they don't take as much of a licking. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's certain things, you know, and like I mean, you know, top quality dogs should be able to, like I said, a good hard mouth dog should be able to kill a pig. He should be able to get him behind that fucking head, you know, 150, 200 pound hog. And before it starts putting his thick neck on, when they say put that back neck on, he can't get a bite. But if he can get a bite on it, he's got real mouth, he'll kill that son of a bitch. I promise you he will. One of these will. But you know, some of them come hard, some of them don't. It's kind of hit or miss on that mouth. But once you get one that can bite, you'll know it. You'll know it can bite. But anyway, that's about what I was going to cover. A few of those things, you know, because a lot of people got these misconstrued. It's not as easy as people think. It's not as easy as just letting two dogs fuck, making good dogs. And pedigrees don't necessarily mean it's going to be different. You know what I mean? I don't, like we were talking about. The BB bitch, she's kind of got me really impressed with her lately, and just mentioned, you know, well, next time when I decide to breed her, I can breed her back to bullet. I can breed it back to bullet, and it will be 100% same thing. That's all it'll be in them. But we're like, damn, will it fall apart? You know, it's a scary thing. But it might stay just good because he's a good representative, a thick bone, heavy, hard mouth dog, and she's a real nice, fast, hard mouth dog, you know, real good structure and real fast and strong. It might be a great cross, but it's like, as a breeder, I got time to think about it. Hell, I can think about it for another 6-8 months where I'm worried about it. But you know, it's like, am I going to fucking walk off the ledge here? You know what I'm saying? Because I've done it. I ruined some bullies and shit that was wicked. I mean, I didn't ruin it. I just it fell apart. It wasn't the same as like the original stuff for sure. But yeah, it's not as easy as it thinks. And just because you got good ones together, like good papers, don't mean they're going to be good, you know. So, but anyway, folks, y'all take care and y'all keep on bulldogging. Y'all stay safe.